there's one takeaway you need to get from this, is that you don't need a special product to remove salt or calcium or magnesium chloride off the vehicle. Yes, it's a little dirty. Ivan with DIY Detail. Our car is covered in salt. Today we're going to go over a basic wash using some battery operated tools, just a bit of rinseless, on a car that went from Cleveland to Georgia behind the bus. You can see the bus is also covered in salt. We're going to wash that at a later date, but today we need to get the salt off the car. We can't even see out the windows. It rained not long ago. That washed a bit of the salt off. You can see how much is still on there. And before it rained, the whole car was white like this. So it was crusty, still is rather crusty. We're going to start by pre-spraying with the Rinseless Wash. In my keg, I have Rinseless Wash diluted 256:1. And this is going to start to emulsify and break down all the salt and calcium and whatever else they put on the roads to keep the snow off of them. So here we go. You don't really need anything special to remove salt. Water will take care of it. The Rinseless Wash definitely breaks it down. The keg adds a bit of pressure, but you can use a garden sprayer. You can use anything to get the Rinseless Wash on. Letting it ride down the panel here. You know the salt is heavy when there's a crust on the car. The wheels, as you can see, rather dirty, but we'll get them clean as well. Don't forget the underside of the mirror, very important. The keg is great for situations like this. It allows me to get it on the vehicle with precision. I'm not putting a lot on the ground, and I've used less than half a gallon so far. So very, very efficient way of using your products. The front wheel, I can add a little more on here. The door jamb is also laden with salt. So I'm going to go in. Now, let it sit for a few minutes and we'll pressure wash it away. Now that it's dwelled for a few minutes, I don't have access to a hose here. Water is a little far away from where we're parked. I have this little battery operated pressure washer. It's not like your pressure washer at home. It's not like an electric or gas powered pressure washer, but it does provide enough moisture to clean this and rinse this off, enough that we can do a rinseless wash. Now that we've probably rinsed off the vehicle, time to add the rinseless wash to the bucket. Now with the little battery-powered pressure washer, we used about 3 gallons of water. And we used 1 in the keg sprayer, so not a lot of water used. I've got 5 gallons in my bucket here, a grit guard in the bottom. That way, the grit that I am going to be taking off the vehicle, because still a little bit there, will be coming off. Speaking of the grit on the vehicle, we'll go back around one more time with the Rinseless Wash in the keg, just to provide a foundation for the sponge. Now the fun part, seeing this shine come back through. Using my Legacy sponge, I'm going to start with the roof, work my way down. And seeing the amount of dirt and road film that's on the vehicle, I'm going to be using both sides of the sponge. So starting with one side, flip it over, go to the other side for the second pass. The Legacy sponge actually picks up the dirt that's on the surface. And that's what we're wanting it to do. That's why we don't leave the sponge sopping wet. It's actually absorbing the dirt into the sponge and releasing it back into the bucket. So we just want it on the verge of dripping. Do one panel at a time, dunking your sponge after every panel. See the amount of dirt we got off the vehicle. Put it in the bucket, bring it back up. We have a clean sponge once again. We also have Hank in the background here giving me tips and tricks. So we'll see what Hank has to say. Now that the car's all clean, time to dry it. And you notice I'm not rushed about getting this side dried. The air, it's a little windy today, so it's taking care of most of the moisture on the vehicle, meaning my drying blanket won't have a lot of work to do. I like to fold it in 4, that way I have a little more thickness, less chance of marring. So in less than 20 minutes, we've gone from a really, really dirty car to a nice clean car. It's very easy, it's simple. And if there's one takeaway you need to get from this, is that you don't need a special product to remove salt or calcium or magnesium chloride off the vehicle, Rinseless Wash or Incredible Suds is all you need. If you have any questions, comments, thoughts, or ideas, leave them below. We love answering your questions. And you might want to watch this video.